Hello everybody, today I'll be reviewing the Syma S107H-E RC helicopter. It's a 3-channel helicopter, and this is the latest, greatest version of Syma's S107. Let's take a look at the box. Comes in a nice box. And I'll be reviewing the red colored version of it. And the box also has this nice styrofoam insert for storing your helicopter. So I wouldn't throw the box out or the styrofoam insert. It makes a nice little storage for the helicopter when you're not using it. And let's take a look at what's included in the box. Comes with this little spare parts bag. And it has the cable for charging the helicopter. There's this little jack. This is what plugs into the helicopter. And then here's your standard USB. And this is an actual charger, and you would just plug it into a USB wall adapter or your phone charger or any of the USB ports on your computer. Also includes in the bag this little Phillips screwdriver. Seems like a pretty nice little screwdriver. And also includes a spare tail propeller. And as far as I can see, it does not include any spare main rotor blades. And also includes a really nicely detailed user's manual. It tells you everything you need to know about charging the helicopter, about flying it, and even includes a spare parts list. And it's a pretty nicely detailed manual. Has everything you need to know about the transmitter also. And here is the transmitter itself. And these newer versions of the S107s, these are 2.4 gigahertz. The original S107Gs from Syma were used infrared control. And so if you wanted to fly them outside with the infrared control, you wouldn't have much range being infrared, and the sunlight kind of blocks a lot of the infrared signal. This being on 2.4 gigahertz, you can fly it outside if you wanted to, but this Syma S107s, they're more for indoor flying because they get pushed around by a breeze very easily. And this is a 3-channel helicopter, and show you some of the features of the transmitter before we get to the helicopter itself. This is your on-off button right here, and this is your throttle. And this will be to turn left, turn right, and this is to move forward and move backwards. And your left shoulder button would be for your auto landing and auto takeoff. And your right shoulder button, and that's your dual rate button, and that would be to select the high or low rates. And this shoulder button right here, that's for your right rotation trimming. And this other shoulder button on the left side would be for your left rotation trimming. And to arm the helicopter, or actually to pair the transmitter to the helicopter, you'd want to push up on the stick and then pull down, and then you'll hear a beep. And you'll see the light on the helicopter go solid, and that means the helicopter is paired to the transmitter. And also the transmitter uses 4 AA batteries, and the battery door has a screw that goes right here. I took the screw out because it's kind of a pain in the butt when you want to change batteries or you want to take the batteries out. I just put the screw in the spare parts bag. And now let's get to the helicopter itself. As you can see, it's a coaxial helicopter. It has your lower rotor blades that spin in one direction and your upper rotor blades spin in the opposite direction, which cancels out torque of the bottom rotor, so the helicopter won't spin around. The helicopter also features a gyro for the tail rotor, or I should say for the tail, so it's always going to be locked into place. And it has 2 LEDs that flash on each side of the helicopter. Let me turn it on. Here's your on-off switch right here. I'll just turn it on real quick so you can see. Once the transmitter is paired to the helicopter, it'll go from red to blue, blinking on and off. And as you can see, the frame of the helicopter is made out of an aluminum, and even the tail boom and the tail boom supports are aluminum. Has a really nice paint job on it. It's actually a pretty sharp looking helicopter. And then you have this like vertical tail rotor, and this is actually what makes the helicopter go forward or backwards. And like I said, this isn't a traditional helicopter, and plus it's only 3-channel, so you can't it won't be able to slide from right to left. It can only rotate left and right, forwards, backwards, and up and down. And you can see the little gear train in there. And this uses 2 main motors. You see one of the main motors right there, and then there's one that you can barely see right there. The helicopter is pretty well constructed. It even has aluminum skids on it, and it's actually a pretty robustly built helicopter. I have not flown it yet. I will fly it in the demonstration part of the video. As you can see, it's a pretty nice little helicopter. It's pretty sharp looking. Also has a 45-degree fly bar on the upper rotor blades. That's weighted. And it uses some kind of semi-translucent plastics for the blade grips and the fly bar. And also there is the charging port where your charger will plug into that. Oh, and it also has I forgot about this little LED under the canopy right here. This will go solid once the helicopter is paired to the transmitter. And now let me go take it out for a flight, and I'll be back for some closing comments and my impressions of how the helicopter flies. Now that I've flown the Syma S107H-E coaxial helicopter, here are my final thoughts and impressions of the helicopter. I also have to add that this helicopter is $39.99 off of Amazon, and I also had a 20% coupon, which took $4 off the price, so I actually only paid $35.99 for the helicopter. This being a 3-channel helicopter, as I stated previously, this is your throttle. This will be to rotate left and right, and this is to move forwards and backwards. And I'm pretty used to flying a 4-channel and 6-channel RC helicopter, where this normally would be your throttle, as it is on this transmitter, but rotating left and right would also be on your left throttle stick. And on your right stick, normally on a 4-channel helicopter, left and right, that would be to slide the helicopter to the left and slide the helicopter to the right. So it kind of took me a little while to get used to, even though I'm a pretty experienced RC helicopter pilot. But overall, once you get used to the controls, it's a pretty fun helicopter. I mostly flew it in rate 2, because in rate 1 it's just too slow moving forwards and backwards and rotating it left and right, or turning left and right. Overall, the helicopter is very stable. And even in rate 2, the helicopter is still pretty slow. I might make a video experimenting with different tail props for this, because this tail rotor right here, this is what moves it forwards and backwards, and unlike a traditional helicopter where the rotor would be vertical, and that would counteract the torque of the main rotor blades. This being coaxial, it doesn't need that, since the lower rotor and the upper rotor spin in opposite directions, and that cancels out the torque. But like I said, overall the helicopter is very stable, and when you let off the sticks, it'll just sit there, thanks to the 45-degree fly bar, and also the gyro, which keeps it from rotating also. And overall, the build quality is very good. It's actually pretty robustly built with the aluminum frame, aluminum tail boom supports, aluminum tail boom, and these aluminum skids. And the plastic for the skids is pretty thick. And the canopy has a really thick plastic canopy, just like these fins. They're actually really thick. And it has a really nice paint job, as I previously pointed out. But overall, this helicopter is not for flying outdoors. The slightest breeze, whatever direction the breeze is blowing, that's the direction the helicopter is going to fly in. And no matter how fast you fly it, try to fly it in that direction, you give it full stick for moving forwards or backwards, the breeze is going to just carry it off, because this tail rotor does not have enough authority to move it against the breeze. But like I said, I'm probably going to experiment with different propellers on this tail rotor, and to see if I can get more forward authority out of it, and actually be able to fly it outside. But with the nice blinky lights on the side and the nice little solid spotlight on the front, it's a really good looking, fun helicopter to fly. It looks cool in the air, and it's very fun to fly indoors. It's very stable, as you can see in the video. And also, when the power starts getting low, these LEDs, they'll stop flashing red and blue, and I think they'll just flash red to signify the battery's getting low and that you need to come in for a landing. And as you can see, I did a bit of a little crash landing, trying to land on the helipad. I'm not the greatest person at landing on the helipad. If I don't have the helipad there, for some reason I could land in that exact spot I want to land in. But when I have the helipad there, I kind of struggle. But once the helicopter gets in the ground effect, it wants to, kind of float around a little bit and slide all over the place. But that's what any RC helicopter. But overall, if you just want just a fun indoor helicopter to fly around inside your house that's very stable and very slow and easy to fly, and you don't have to worry about it drifting into the furniture or crashing into things, I would recommend this helicopter. But if you want something to fly outdoors, and if you want to train to learn how to fly a helicopter, I would skip this helicopter, because like I said, the controls are set up a little bit differently from a traditional 4-channel and 6-channel RC helicopter. But it's a very fun toy, and like I said, it's very robustly built. Other than that crash that I had trying to land it on the landing pad, it's so far it's held up pretty good. And overall, I give it a thumb. I recommend it if you just want to, like I said, just for something easy to fly indoors and very stable and slow. But I wouldn't recommend it if you want something to learn to fly on. If you want to learn to fly, I would get like a V911 or a V911 Pro, or even the V911S, or even the Blade 70S fly barless helicopter if you want to learn to fly a helicopter. Because like I said, this does not have the traditional controls of a 6-channel or a 4-channel RC helicopter. But overall, it's fun. It's well built. I'll take a montage of this little helicopter. And overall, for a good indoor flyer in a tight space like I have in my tiny little house, I give it a thumbs up. I can't recommend it enough. It's well built, and that's all I got. That's all I really have to say about it. It's a good quality little helicopter. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and also you can leave comments down below. And thanks for watching my video. Bye.